Hello, everybody, and welcome back to yet another cast. Guys, today I promised my community that we were going to get some epic space battles in space. Except we don't have space in this game, so I'm going to bring you the next best thing. Battles in the sea, in the water, in the ocean. We've got Sebastian the Crab from The Little Mermaid singing Under the Sea. You know, that's where all the action is. And I know my community loves the sea. I love the sea. Don't you just love that salty dog? You know, you just love the waves and the serenity. You know, the sunlight shining off of the beautiful naval apocalypse, or however you want to put it. That's what this kind of game is going to be. It's going to be a sea game. It's going to be awesome. We got a hybrid map called Mana Core. Let me go ahead and slow down the game. And we got a 4v4. And so, guys, this is not a part of the tournament that I've been casting. I will let you know which games are part of the tournament. This is just a friendly 4v4 that's supposed to have some epic sea battle, so I have no idea what happens. I have no idea who wins. You guys are going to be watching this with me as it unfolds, and so I am just as much of a spectator as I am a caster. So, you know, strap yourselves in. You know, make sure you are safely seated in a place where you're not going to injure yourself, because I can promise you this game is going to bring some kind of abrasive moments that are probably going to cause you to fall out of your chair. So make sure you put your seatbelt on and have all of your drinks strapped in and everything, so you don't pour Coca-Cola all over your keyboard or your phone or whatever it is you're using to watch this. So guys, thank you everyone who's watching. It's been a tough week, but I'm back. I'm here. The content is still coming. It's still rolling. You know, the spice must flow, in a manner of speaking. And here I am, bringing the spice, bringing it directly to you, to your eyeballs, to your ears, to every part of you, you know. And so, look, I'm here now, okay? I'm here now. We're good. It's happening. Let me go ahead and introduce the teams. Here on the eastern side, we've got Mr. ADJ2AC, whatever. I don't know why I'm just going to call this guy Purple. He started vehicle, and then he went straight into the water, which I can respect. I can respect Purple going straight for the naval gameplay. It is what we're here for. That's why we have arrived. So, of course, any kind of naval rush is something that is more than welcome to my viewers. Here in pink, we've got Infidel. Pretty funny player, pretty well known for some of his shenanigans. Here in brown, we have Black Sabbath, and finally we have Stuka in red. So that will be the eastern team. And on the western side, we do have Mr. LK Arabiano in blue, core player. In orange, we have the Gamer, the aptly named Gamer. In dark green, we have Tanorj, who's going advanced K-Bots at the 7-minute mark. And finally, we have Mr. Ipslor, whatever, light blue. So there you go. Those are your contenders. Those are your teams. Everyone, please touch gloves. Let's have a clean game. Keep the hits above the belt. Let's keep the action. Keep the action PG, my friends. This is a family-friendly channel. We do not say or do anything on this channel that could be construed as anything but family-friendly and Christian. So if anyone here thinks that... if anyone here does not trust my ability to stay PG, I apologize that you have so little faith in me. I've kept my promises. I've never said anything on any of my casts that could be taken as objectionable ever. So please don't put that hate on me. All right, look, I can't believe Purple rushing the T2 shipyard at, my God, sub 10 minutes. Get it? Sub. Advanced construction sub 10 minutes. He goes for T2. That is, that's a spicy meatball, my friends. I don't know about that. We'll see how it plays out. Blue looks like he has crossed a bridge too far. Because, yeah, he's now getting surrounded by red Samsons and javelins. What in the hell is going on here? Anyway, so is what purple's doing too greedy here? I mean, that's really the question. That's going for a conqueror before he's even built his first skeeter. That, I mean, that's a strategy. It looks like light blue isn't going to punish him for it. Guys, a good player would have just sent his units all the way to the other side. Just don't assume that your opponent has built any defenses. You know, don't assume anything. He could have killed him with this small force of skeeters. But anyway, light blue playing pretty defensively. Otherwise, the game is in a fairly stable state in terms of the ground war. I did mention, I think this map is called Manicore. It's a hybrid map. Of course, you've got the lava in the middle. This is where air will fly over the middle. So you have the short distances between the bases. And then, of course, on the edges, you have the naval component. I like the way this map is designed because, like I said, airplay is encouraged because of this lava. And looks like orange and dark green going for a bit of a push. But there is some defenses here. Nothing nothing too impenetrable, especially now that we have pyros, T2 in the mix. But some light laser towers that could certainly keep the Eastern team safe for now. But yeah, the teams are in a pretty even place in terms of the ground battle. However, it does look like the Eastern team has made better use of the econ. They have some metal extractors here on these patches. So, like I was saying about this map, guys, I like how it's designed because there's the airplay in the center, the ground battles here near the bottom, and then on the edge of the map, you have the sliver of water. But what I like about this, the design, is that from the edge of the water, you can bombard the shore. You can usually hit these metal spots and this geo spot. And then if you get all the way up here, you can also do some damage to their base near the shoreline. So lots of strategic play and opportunities on this particular map, which is why I do enjoy casting it. I do think that Manicore is a cool... it's an interesting world to cast for sure, and very colorful as well. So yeah, right now it seems like the Western team, they've made it through a little bit. We got some pyros in the mix, making it to the north, kind of going around these rock formations and making their way past the defenses, and even finding an unconstructed sentinel. It won't even get finished in time. So nice job by Dark Green to find some openings there, going around the enemy's army and taking out some eco. And behind that we have blue and orange pushing through. So, but I do like what red has done here. Red does have a couple HLTs in position, ready to stop any kinds of shenanigans that may be heading that way. But here at the bottom we have light blue as well. So I like this, guys. I do like what is happening. All four players on the Western team contributing to this battle. That is something you rarely see in a 4v4, is all four players working together in a coordinated ground push. Even light blue, who went naval, is building some peewees, so that's impressive. Now, guys, the issue is that purple's gambit paid off. He now has a Conqueror. Conqueror is going to eat pretty much anything on T1 for breakfast, except for submarines. So Let's see how many kills it has already. 9 kills already on this Conqueror. This thing is just going to be an absolute monster at the T1 phase. I'm actually kind of sad we missed its original spectacular reveal, because Light Blue's army, I'm sure, just got eviscerated by this thing. 9 kills already. It's just, it has left a wake of destruction in its path. I don't even see where the corpses of its unfortunate victims are, but nonetheless, yeah, now going into a Stalker second, so I think Purple may be underestimating his advantage here. I think he could probably just push through with these 2 ships and get a ton of damage done, but he's, you know, he doesn't want to give Light Blue time to build his own Conquerors, but that is exactly what's happening. So a little bit of skirmishes both on the land and in the sea. But again, it has stayed pretty stable. Neither side pushing through. You know, no massive power shifts just yet. And I haven't seen anyone build air either, which it's a little surprising on this map. Somebody is very I'll say artistic. But you guys know I really meant autistic. So, yeah, the only player I see that even has air at this point is Mr. Brown. Blue is now working on air, so he might be the second player to get into it, but nobody really committing to it. Nobody really forcing the gunship play, the commander snipe shenanigans that we all have come to know and love in these games. But yeah, lots of units in the middle, just a huge swarm on both sides. Massive conglomeration of forces. Pink finally pushing through, but this seems a little ill-advised. It's going to be like a 1v4 if Pink does this. I mean, genuinely, he's the only player pushing. Red defending, but does he have enough? Oh my god, Pink might actually be able to 1v4 down here. Well, I guess Blue is kind of occupied up there, so he does have a decent-sized army, but now the triple-barrel sumos making their appearance. That does make this quite a bit more hectic for Pink, but he's getting some damage done. He's got the Zeuses. Yeah, he's got the Rockos, and he's got the Javelins. It's doing a lot better than what I might have thought. He's already broken through some of the defenses, but there's 2 gats here. The geothermal power plant is exposed. If he targets it down, that could be a nice economic blow. The sumo is actually getting overwhelmed with just sheer T1 crap. The geo does explode. And with that, yeah, the game continues to continues to escalate. Finally, more action happening here in the bottom. The Stalker making its way into the fray, and though there is a Conqueror on the side of Ipslor, nice thing about the Stalker is the Conqueror doesn't have any anti-sub defense. He's got a Conqueror of his own. Light Blue instead deciding to turn towards the land, taking out some of the eco. The Stalker is pretty much invincible at this phase of the game without any sub defense. The Crusader is just going to be food for this. So, yeah, nice job by building a Stalker. 2 kills already, and yeah, like I said, the sea battle going back and forth. But unfortunately for Light Blue, he hasn't built any sub defense. These are all Stingrays, so those aren't really going to help against the Stalker. But Pink is eventually pushed back. He does take out quite a bit, though. He takes out this advanced K-Bot lab. He takes out all of the eco here. He takes out this geo. He takes out these defenses. The first bomber of the game will make its appearance. But I have to say, yeah, Pink with a wonderful job. What are people doing here? Why is everyone ruining my cast with all the frickin' drawings? Like I said, we got some autists. Spelled A-R-T-I-S-T. They're autistes, you know, like in the French sense. The autiste. So we have some autists on in this game that like to draw because they're so creative. So guys, yeah, look, nice job by Pink. This was a really great push. He takes out a lot. Really eviscerates this whole area. All the eco is gone. The advanced K-Bot lab, very nicely done by Pink. And at the same time, they've kept most of their base. All they lost was just the one Moho, but in terms of ratio, I would say the Eastern team came out quite a bit ahead of that trade. But yeah, let's keep an eye on what's going on. Blue with a nice army in the middle, but Red does seem to be holding his own. And yeah, look, Orange with advanced vehicle plants. We do have triple barrel sumos that we knew about. In fact, he's even got a second advanced K-Bot lab. Is he going to double produce triple barrel sumos? That would be interesting. Certainly would not turn my nose up at it as a caster. Not that you could see me do that anyway. Not that you could even observe me turning my nose up at it. But hypothetically, you know, symbolically, I am turning my nose up at this bomber play. I don't know what Brown thinks is going to happen. This just... Guys, I don't think this is enough bombers to do anything. We're past the T1 bomber phase, my friends. And this is not the best bomber control I've ever seen. Well, he gets a couple Jethros. That's something. But I think that's about all those bombers are going to do. But yeah, so guys, Light Blue was building the Piranhas, and that is a great counter. He needs to be able to deal with these Stalkers. He's got to have the anti-subs. So he is building the anti-subs. Slowly but surely they will make their way down there. It's quite a distance. But he's got to be careful about fighting before those are there. There's just nothing in this army. I guess the Mariners do have a little bit of anti-sub, but it's not going to be enough to stop the Stalker. Just won't be enough. Oh no, the replay's bugging out. Thank you. I don't know what's going on. There's like a phantom construction aircraft just flying over the screen. I couldn't tell you what the heck is happening with that. Anyway, the battle in the sea continues. The battle in the sea. The Stalkers continuing to prove dominant, taking out ship after ship. There is just not much here to stop them. A single lurker and some Mariners. Is it enough? It's not even close. This lurker is just going to be fish food. Good God, these Stalkers are taking scalps today. Very nice tech choice by our purple player. The nearly useless bombers continuing to fly around and do strafing runs over the T3 Sumos. And an advanced aircraft plant being put up by Dark Green. So, yeah, the game is... well, this is a bit of a strange game. I don't really know how to call it because both teams are kind of all over the place. Nobody's really doing anything super sensible. But, you know, I like what Light Blue's doing here. He's creating, like, a defensive naval wall. You don't see this very often. But, yeah, creating a defensive wall in the sea where, yeah, Purple is not doing that. If Purple's navy is destroyed, his base up here at the top right is vulnerable. There's not a single defense anywhere, so... Purple better make sure that he does not lose the battle because Light Blue could just punish him really hard. Unfortunately, the cost of light blue building all these defenses is that his navy is not as big, and so is it worth it? I'm not sure. It's hard to say. Having an army that can move feels a lot better than just having defenses that are stuck in one place. But we shall have to see. That archer gets chunked down by the sumos. I did see someone moving to T3 up here. I just someone glimpsed it. Here we go. Pink moving to T3. And red also moving to T2 air. So we may eventually get our wish. We might see some gunships and some phoenixes in this game. That would be cool. And maybe even T3 air. Dare I hope for that. The triple barrel sumos doing what they do best. Absolutely dominating the mid-game. One of the strongest units at this phase. So hard to stop. But we do have the Orion surrounded by fortress walls. That's going to make it very tough, and Pink has more than enough, I think, to push this back. Very nicely defended with the bulwarks and the upgraded sentinel. This was a very effective wall, very effective fortification that just forced dark green back. And we do have brown with a few units, but I don't think this is going to accomplish too much. Blue could defend this area better for sure, but yeah, I don't think anything's going to break through there at this phase. So, like I said, the game in a state of parity for the most part. Both teams just transitioning to T3 slowly. The naval battle continuing to rage. I like the fact that Purple's building Rangers. He's going to need them to take out these defenses anyway. But he's got him a little too far forward here. Oh my god, that Ranger just got slapped. This Ranger also gets slapped. But, yeah, losing those Rangers, definitely a bit unfortunate. He needed to keep them back and put his Stalkers first. Guys, despite the fact that the Stalkers are submarines and they do a lot of damage, they're pretty damn tanky as well. The Stalkers are fine being put in the front. Keep the Rangers behind, because he's going to need the Rangers to hit the defenses here. He needs to take all these out from long range if he can. And that seems like maybe what he'll do eventually. But I don't think he has... Maybe he doesn't have radar. Either way, interesting battle in the sea. It's a bit of a stalemate now. But I think if Purple could get his strategy together and use the Stalkers as a front line and then get the Rangers hitting the defenses. Okay, he is now doing it. This is very smart. Guys, this is why I sometimes don't like the defenses, especially on the sea. These may just end up doing nothing. It's possible that none of these defenses even get a shot off the entire game. They just get picked off by the Rangers. So this is thousands and thousands of metal and energy that just gets utterly wasted. But, well, no, I take that back. The Tridents are now firing. Again, a bit of a miss micro on the Rangers. He needs to keep them at a distance. So, yeah, nicely done by Light Blue. He causes some micro errors that will allow the Rangers to die. But yeah, otherwise, the game pretty stable, pretty even, pretty close. Very close. And I think, yeah, Pink might be the first player on T3. He is the first player to get there. But I'm sure he will not be the last player. As Red now working on his Ultra Vehicle plant. And Brown as well. So everyone seems to be moving to T3. Got some pyros down here. Couldn't tell you what they're shooting at. But yeah, I like Purple's idea here, but his execution has been a bit flawed, I'd say. He's going to continue bringing the Rangers down to try to take out those defenses. And Light Blue, he's going to continue building units to try and stop him. So we are a bit stalemated in the sea for sure, but I guess we're also stalemated on the land. I do think that once the T3 phase really kicks into high gear, that will change for sure. And maybe if either team makes full use of their air, like Dark Green here, if he makes a good hurricane bombing run, that could certainly shift the tides of the game into the Western team's favor. But yeah, on the ground, not much progress being made. Even these triple barrel sumos struggling to break through. It's the defenses are pretty nice on both sides. So yeah, these bulwarks being nothing short of a menace. The Orions surrounded by fortification walls with the ambushers. Lots of wonderful defensive setups. The fortification walls in particular, you just don't see these very often. Typically people build Dragon's Teeth or nothing at all. So yeah, these fortification walls are very tanky, very hard to kill. And they are quite a bit taller as well than the Dragon's Teeth. So Blue really just throwing his stuff into the meat grinder. Red? What is happening here? These are the what is Red doing? These are the depth charge gunships, but they just fly right through the middle of the map. I don't know what Red thought. I don't really. Yeah, so Red was going towards the sea. I think he was going to try to take out Light Blue's naval base there. He's going to try to take out the shipyards. Give his teammate a fighting chance to claim dominance in the sea battle finally. But he just sends his planes right through the middle of everything, right over all their air defenses, and they just get picked off before they get anywhere close to the left side where the shipyards were. The Hurricanes now being gathered. The first aerial supremacy operation of the game now underway, perhaps, or maybe he's just gathering them, getting them prepped for D-Day. But yeah, Pink offering a little bit of assistance here from the shore. You know, if Pink could move his army over here and start wailing on these defenses, that would really help Purple a lot. If he could just start taking out the defenses, that would be an incredible assistance, because these are just T1 units anyway for the most part. Losing them isn't even that big of a factor. I don't think Pink is even maybe aware that these defenses are here, so maybe he's just maybe he can't help his ally because he doesn't know about it. More fighting in the middle. That's a huge amount of bulldogs, and they haven't really been used this whole game. So finally the Western team making yet another push. But is there enough? There's a ton of defenses and now Marauders. So T3 has made it onto the field officially. Even with all these bulldogs, I don't know if it's enough to actually break through and deal the juicy damage that needs to be dealt. More and more Rangers have made it into the fray. It looks like 4 right now. But does he have what it takes to break through those defenses? Yeah, this is a super close game. But it's also... the pacing of it is a little bit slow. Everyone seems to just be playing pretty defensively for a 4v4. And everyone's just kind of teching up right now. Upgrading their eco, making it to T3. A Juggernaut. Double barrel Juggernaut. Almost finished, and that could certainly make a huge difference once it hits the field. The only problem is the Juggernaut is slow, so it is going to take a lifetime to actually get all the way down here to where the action is, but it will eventually get there, my friends. It will get there. But yeah, like I said, a little bit slower pace than most of the 4v4s I cast. But I'm sure the action will pick up soon. Dark green with all these bombers. We'll have to see what he wants to do with them. I really hope he doesn't do what red did and just send them through the thick of everything right into the heart of the anti-air. That would be just so disappointing. So yeah, let's keep an eye on that. Maybe purple's ready to make his move, guys. Like I said, I was told to cast this game because of the epic naval battles, so I do expect that we will eventually get rewarded for our diligence, our patience, and yeah, this really comes down to control. It is tough, guys, because in Total Annihilation, it's an old game. There's no formation move. There's no group moving. Every unit will just move at its own speed. They will not stay with a pack. That they'll kind of bump into each other and get in the way. So it takes a little extra micro to do everything properly, especially in the sea. But more importantly, there's a battle happening on land as well. So I will try to keep my eye on both stages of the war here. The Dominators being very effective. Absolutely pelting the front line with barrage of rockets. Centurion's making it into the fray. The lid of this unstable truce will blow right open. Both teams smashing against one another. But it seems like the Western team is getting the better of this. The Dominators being extremely powerful in this particular situation. Shredding everything. And once again, Purple using the Rangers as intended, but he's got to just be really careful because yeah, it seems like Light Blue is expecting him to do that. He's got some depth charge gunships here as well. So he's got to try to keep the Rangers alive. He's already lost 2 of them. They are pretty fragile, but yeah, this is just so annoying for him. He keeps getting so close to taking out the defenses and then gets pushed back. That Juggernaut I mentioned earlier finally making its way to the front, and maybe with that double-barrel Juggernaut, in addition to all the Bulldogs and the triple-barrel Sumos and the aforementioned Dominators, we might see the balance of power finally tilt into the Western team's favor. Can they break through with this? I think they probably could if they work together. If Orange sends his Bulldogs and Dark Green sends all of his stuff too. Orange now saying he has to go. This is like the worst time to have to go. Because I think if he could send his Bulldogs right now, this would be the perfect opportunity for a combined arms attack. Instead, he's talking about gifting his units. I hope he gifts his units to dark green, because dark green is in the front. He could definitely use the bulldogs. But yeah, man, it's so sad. These bulldogs could be making all the difference right now if they were just pushing with this army. Juggernaut. So effective if he can get it into range. The battle in the sea continuing to rage here at the bottom. More Rangers showing up. We have at least 6 or 7 on the screen. Plenty of air defense as well. So, I like the addition of the Murray, the T2 underwater submarine defense torpedo launcher. Yeah, but Purple's army undeniably better, but these defenses have just continued to be a thorn in his side. He just hasn't been able to push through here. Every time he tries, and he starts pelting the defenses, light blue is able to punish him for it. And light blue is confused. Why did orange give all of his stuff to him? He's in the sea player. He's not interested in what's happening on the land. So light blue just now realizing, what the hell? Why did he gift me all of his bulldogs? I'm the worst player. Yeah. Yeah, light blue realizing immediately he's not in any position to fight on the land. He's preoccupied. But he's also moving to Capital Shipyard, it looks like, or at least he started to. Maybe he changed his mind, but he has a Millennium. It would be interesting seeing T3 naval warfare. We don't get to see it that much, and I would be quite ecstatic to cast that. But I honestly can't tell at this moment if that's actually happening, or if light blue is just teasing us a little bit. It feels like he's being a bit of a tease. Our first long-range plasma cannon of the game here by Stuka. Could make an appearance, could make a difference. Just now finished. So that Big Bertha, what can it do? What will it do? Cerberus MK2 at the bottom of the screen. A second double-barrel juggernaut making its way into the fray. So this is getting a bit dire, I think, for the Eastern team. But we do have the Big Bertha. It is now completed. We'll have to see how he wants to use it. Can the Millennium hold off this massive attack? Purple has so many more ships, but light blue has all the defenses and the battleship. And the war at the top continuing to rage. Bertha has chosen its targets. Looks to be maybe just a moho or something. Nothing too important at this phase. Keep an eye on the player bases. I don't see anything too unexpected at this stage. Everyone just moving to T3. The battle at the bottom continues to rage. The two Cerberus holding the line with the Centurions. But I don't know, man. These juggernauts, they will melt through this army like butter. Uh-oh. We've got another pause in the action. But yeah, the juggernauts. Cleaving through Red's army. Taking out mass numbers of units with each shot. Those massive explosions you see, those are the Juggernaut cannons. They are just as effective as they seem. Pink finally deciding to help his teammate. I wish he would have done this about 20-30 minutes ago. Actually deciding to, he thinks better of it. Wow. The naval power, just so effective. Pink first thinks he'll help his teammate Purple, and then says no. He loses a Cerberus for his trouble. Oh, and here's finally that bombing run. I've been waiting for it to do something, but in the end it doesn't do much of anything. I don't know if he missed micro, but I don't think he killed anything there. Maybe took out the Moho, but yeah, it's certainly not the most effective bombing run I've ever seen. The Juggernaut's moving through. Has the Western team done it? There is an Aegis here. They need to kill the shield generator to really break through there. If they can kill that Aegis, all of this stuff is vulnerable. The Juggernaut does kill it. Now the defenses are exposed. The Big Berthas are exposed. The construction vehicle also exposed. 2 battleships. And Purple has a huge army, but a lot of it is just anti-air and rangers. Well, not the most effective composition for what he's facing. This game is so chaotic. There's just stuff happening everywhere, and hyper uncoordinated as well. The Juggernauts continuing to put out their damage, but the Cerberus do best at close range, so if they can get on top of the Juggernaut, they might have a chance of taking one of these bad boys out. They are on top of it now. Can they kill it in time? The bombers will make it back for yet another strafing run. They will take out the well, at least bomb that Cerberus for good measure. This one is very, very low. And yeah, Light Blue working on his own Big Bertha, so both teams have now entered into the long-range plasma cannon phase of the game. This battle in the bottom continuing to rage. More and more pressure being applied to Light Blue, but he just will not break. He's got some gunships. The naval gunships do make their way into the fray, and Pink will be forced to retreat. So Light Blue is still holding on somehow, even though it seems like he's lost 2 battleships, 2 Millennium already. Yeah, the Big Berthas being a nuisance, but again, oh, here we go. Finally, someone moving to T3 air. I was waiting when that was going to happen. I was waiting for that to happen. So Pink telling Purple to let the ships come in. Pink thinks his defenses will be enough to actually stop what Light Blue has, and he's correct at this moment. The problem is that Purple always has enough to beat Light Blue's army. He just doesn't have enough to break through the defenses. So they have been stalemated for the past hour. I think those were just some scouts. Could be wrong, but I think pretty sure Dark Green did just send some scouts. His bombers are still here. So yeah, Dark Green sends some scouts, probably looking for targets of opportunity. He does have a decently sized Phoenix army, and he's working on, of course, T3 air, the ultra aircraft hangar. So if he can build something out of that, he has an impressively sized aerial armada that could certainly threaten the Eastern team's base. But, man, if Pink and Purple could combine their forces and just attack these defenses at the same time, I think they could break through. But there are a lot of Murrays now. Guys, the Murray is the underwater torpedo launcher. They cannot be underestimated. They're so strong. Because they can't be attacked from... Oh my god, is that a nuke? Oh. Oh no, dude. The capital shipyard was finished, but a nuke will take it out. So no, in the end, light blue was not the tease. In the end, it was not light blue. The tease was whoever just fired that nuke and prevented him from finishing his first T3 unit, preventing us from having our satisfaction, my dear viewers. We were so excited for the T3 naval warfare, and then it just doesn't happen. He just gets nuked. I don't even see where the nuke is, guys. I'm so sorry. They hide them behind the spires, behind the walls of shit. So, well, with that is going to prompt the Eastern team to push forward. Massive chunk of Light Blue's base has been absolutely murdered. His production is now gone. His defenses are shattered. There are still the Marays. Is it enough, though? Oh, they're so strong. Guys, look at how fast these things shoot. They're like rapid-fire torpedo launchers. Like, anything that gets within their range just evaporates. Like, Purple has to commit to this attack. He needs to send everything or nothing. There is no in-between. He cannot just send one ship at a time. It's the worst possible outcome. But I think, my god, those Marays they are single-handedly keeping Light Blue in the game. It's freaking crazy. I also want to keep an eye on what Dark Green's doing. He is spamming the Harpies. Let's look again for that nuke. It's probably hidden somewhere, but I would like to find it. Find the nuke silo that just took out a massive chunk of Light Blue's base. Where in God's name is it? I'm sure the viewers have seen it. I bet I'm looking right at it, but I can't find it. I think it's hidden. There's a nuke somewhere, my friends. Somewhere on this map there is a nuke. We saw it, but I just don't know where. Yeah, these juggernauts, 45 kills on that one and 32 on that one, so they've definitely been effective, but are they effective enough? The capital shipyard being rebuilt. So do not give up yet, dear viewer. Don't give up hope. Oh, here they are. Well, guys, the reason I couldn't find the nukes is because why would he put them so close to the front like that? I did not expect Pink to build them like on the front line, but the mind of a TA Escalation player never fails to amaze. The capital shipyard being rebuilt, so there is a possibility we could see it again. Unfortunately, I think he might just get nuked again. The third silo being created as we speak. An arbitrator, we don't see those very much. Oh my god, and the missile will fly in circles. It is just making loop-de-loops into the air, and it will just simply drop. Yeah, the arbitrator there. Let's see if it does anything of value. The T1 bombers are going to be absolutely useless at this stage of the game. And, okay. Finally, Dark Green. Finally. Ready to send his attack. He's got Harpies and he's got bombers. Guys, this should do something. It may not end the game, but I would be amazed if Dark Green does not get anything accomplished with this. This is a massive investment into air with the Harpies and the Hurricanes. He's spent God only knows how much metal and energy on that. Our first Krogoth of the game making its way to the front. And Purple nowhere to be seen. He's retreated his fleet away from the defenses. But I want to try to keep an eye on that aerial armada. The scouts are flying over, so guys, this is Dark Green trying to decide where he wants to attack. What is the best avenue of approach? There's quite a bit of air defense here, so there's definitely a better path than maybe just flying over Red's base. Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say. But I think he could at least snipe a commander. If he can find a commander with his scouts, like Purple's commander, he could easily kill it. Easily. He would probably lose his whole force, but it might be worth it. If he takes out Red's commander especially. Here we go. Here come the scouts. Here comes the bombers. What has he chosen for his first target? He's going for the fusions. My god, there's so much air defense. There is so much air defense. He will go for the T3 gantry. And guys, there was so much air defense. I don't think I've ever seen that much air defense in a game. Red with a massive amount of air defense, and I really think if he had just gone straight for Red's commander, that was probably the best thing, but I don't think he saw his commander. And in the end, it doesn't really accomplish that much. It does take out some eco, but most of the fusions survive. It takes out the Ultra K-Bot gantry, but that's not going to be nearly enough. The Krogoth in the bottom will die. There's so many defenses here. I mean, what a crazy game this is. What a crazy game. Both sides just utilizing some of the most unorthodox strategies I've seen in a long time. Purple somehow loses his entire army. Or no, maybe not. Maybe they're just over here. No, Purple loses most of his fleet there. And the sea is just a scattered with corpses. Krogoth here in the north. Let's see if it fares any better than the one in the south that was unceremoniously taken out. An arbitrator in the back line. Trying to get some damage done, but its missile will simply fly back towards the western team's base. I don't know what that arbitrator is doing. But could this single Krogoth be a game changer? It is basically full health at this point. There's not nearly as much defense here at the top. However, it is finally getting focus fired. It will cause blue to retreat. The Millennium will make its way to the eastern side, but there are so many defenses down here. I want to keep an eye on the nukes. I'm sure there's anti-nukes everywhere, but Pink might have some juicy targets. He will... Seemed like he tried to nuke the Krogoth. That's not going to do that much. But the Juggernauts stay alive, and with 2 Krogoths and 2 Juggernauts... can we... You know, can we see something? Is it possible to... perhaps break through? Pink building more retaliators, this time in a different spot, but still building them so close to the front. I don't really understand that. Another nuke will go off this time. Where is it heading? Just straight into the army, I think. No? Well, yeah, maybe. Either way, it didn't do too much. Not that effective either way. Pink with some big Berthas. But already the game is now moving to T4. The experimental unit foundry has been... It has been started. Blue also building some nukes as well. So both teams going with the nuke spam strategy. You don't see that very often. But you can eventually overwhelm your opponent's nuke defenses if you build enough. However, I mean, I think they would need a lot of nukes to do that. There's a protector here. Yeah, this should be interesting. We'll have to see. Mega Chad Metal. Okay. Okay, finally we have made it back to the T3 phase. A torrent being constructed. Guys, the torrent, I believe... is the isn't that the lightning capital ship? We'll see. I guess we'll see if it finishes. The arbitrator firing, and Just go straight into the lava. Oh my goodness, a dictator. A dictator being constructed. Guys, I don't even know how many casts it's been since I've seen a dictator. It's probably been at least a dozen, probably more than that. It has been forever since we've seen one of these bad boys. If that thing gets completed, it could be game ending. For sure. Oh my god. This game is such a clown fiesta. It's just, there's so much happening on each side and nothing makes sense. Oh no, the torrent might be the missile ship. That's why it's called the torrent. Which one am I thinking of? Metal making tanker ship? Torrent battle cruiser. Oh yeah, here the Arclight. That's what I'm thinking of. So the torrent is the super missile ship. I was thinking of the Arclight. Metal making tanker ship. What are you doing, Woitan? That doesn't even make sense. My friends, the game continues. For some reason, Red put a heart there. I don't know. It's not Valentine's Day yet. Very out of season. I would rather have seen like a candy cane or a Christmas tree this time of year. But you know, 4 Krogos. 4 Krogos that Blue has. 4! And an arbitrator. And is there anything going on the east side? The west team was building T4. What the hell is going on? I don't see anyone building T4 over here. But is that a critical mass of Krogos? Could Blue maybe break through and finish the game? I don't even know if he could. Should be enough to clean this up. I want to keep an eye on all Blue's nukes. He might try to stockpile them and just overwhelm the enemy base with sheer apocalyptic destruction. It's not out of the realm of possibility, my friends. Not out of the realm of possibility. Oh, and there's an Empyrean as well. Let's check the T4. Or what's going on with that? Oh, someone working on a Titan. About halfway done already. Here comes another nuke. Right into... Well, I guess it was supposed to be at the Krogos, but not quite. Not quite. The Empyrean leveling the battlefield. This massive land battleship. The TA Escalation equivalent to a Fat Boy, for anyone that is familiar with Supreme Commander. Oh my god. I'm sorry guys, I missed it. I did not see what happened to purple. Answers in the comments. Does anyone know what happened to purple? I was watching this epic Krogoth push. It's going to kill the Empyrean. These Krogos could just win the game, my friends. There's going to need to be a commander moving in here to do a D-gun. Without a D-gun, I think the Eastern team is dead. And we've got a torrent and 4 battleships. More T3 air flying into the fray. This is... Oh my god, Pink in trouble, I think. Has he found Pink's commander? Is he going to focus him? Has he noticed? Has he noticed? Doesn't seem like he's paying attention. Go for the commander, my friend. The Krogos moving through. The Eastern team suddenly crumbling, going from being pretty even to suddenly crumbling. T3 naval warfare. And Pink bringing his commander to try and stop that. But I want to keep my eye on the Krogos because there's got to be a D-gun here. Somebody has to be here with a D-gun. But Red has no energy. Oh my god, these 4 Krogos just going to win the game. with the help of the battleships and the capital ship as well, I think this game is just going to end like that. Guys, I did not expect it to end that quickly, and I still don't know how purple died. But what a game it was! It was. It definitely wasn't the most coordinated or pretty game, but it was pretty. It was hilarious. Wasn't the dictator? Was it a nuke? Did I miss? Did I miss blue shooting all these silencers at once? That could have been it. I could have missed the massive nuke strat. It's not out of the realm of possibility, but I would be surprised that he would choose purple though, because purple's the furthest back, so it doesn't seem likely. Not sure what got him. Either way, my friends, I think this one is about it's about over. What a game it has been. What a clown fiesta this has been. What a treat. But guys, I think my next game is going to be another TA Escalation League tournament game. So that's exciting, guys. More of those games coming up. More tournament games in the future. But I will also continue to cast these casual fag games as well. 5 Krogoths. And now bombers. And where is Pink's commander even at? Where are you, infidel? Where is he? Someone in the chat saying not enough Krogoths. I can't even really tell where Infidel's commander is. I would think it would show up on the map, but not seeing it. Either way, he can hide his commander forever, but he's there's no coming back from this. I think the Western team has this in the bag. So, guys, thank you very much for watching. Like I said, I will bring you another cast soon with the tournament game. Oh no, they were building a Monkey Lord. We didn't even get to see it. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will catch you in the next cast.